Back here on the PAC Sports Network for our halftime show, as we're now joined by Chatham men's basketball graduate student Elijah Sutton. Elijah, first off, thanks so much for joining us today. How's this year been for you and your group, and also you individually?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jack. It's been good being back at Chatham. Great, actually. Being around the guys, having a great year individually, and more importantly, team-wise, and third and back on a good win streak here, and good things going in the playoffs.
Well, we'll definitely touch on how you guys have been playing as of late, because I know you guys have been playing very well. But like you mentioned, coming back to Chatham, I know that you were away from the team. You were at St. John's University previously. So how's it been just being back in Pittsburgh, back with the Cougars, and back with the program?
No, it's been great. All the guys were welcoming. Rich was welcoming. More than welcome to have me back. Pat Martinelli sadly left. He went down the street to CMU. Happy to see him move on to bigger things. So sadly he wasn't there. But no, it's been good being back in Pittsburgh. I'm living with Marcos and Sean right now, who was at Chatham last year. I'm sure you know him. But no, it's been good.
Well, what went into the decision to leave Chatham and then ultimately come back? I mean, walk me through a little bit of the last few years and just how that all kind of came back to, the little full circle moment that you've had.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. So after having a pretty good freshman year, I decided to look for something bigger, and that's when St. John's reached out. So spent a couple years there, got hurt my first 2 years there, and then didn't play much senior year. But I really enjoyed my time out there. Special shout out to Coach Pensy, Coach O'Brien, Coach Quinn for having me. I just really liked my time out there, but it didn't really leave a great taste in my mouth at the time my basketball career ended. Had that extra eligibility with COVID and getting hurt and stuff like that. Now I'd be coming back in the spring every year, visiting with Marcos. And so, I stayed in touch with D. Rich. So then when I had the eligibility, found out that I, wanted to keep playing, reached out to him, and, things ended up working out.
Well, definitely, like I said, a unique full circle moment for you coming back to the place that you started in the beginning. But how was it just battling injuries, overcoming that and just, being able to now getting back to the court, being healthy? I'm sure that's also been a major relief for you as well.
Yeah, it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. My first year moving, the whole way to Minnesota, getting hurt as soon as I got there. Never really sustained any major injuries playing basketball growing up. So not being able to play the whole year there after playing pretty good was definitely a bummer. But just had to stay tunnel vision, had to keep the end goal in mind that it's going to go away eventually. And it's good. It's good to be back on the court. Feels great. Hopefully have a chance to compete for a PAC championship this year.
Well, I'm sure that you've also probably felt a lot of growth in yourself overall, individually, but also in your game since your freshman year. Where do you feel that you've grown the most on the court, but also off the court since your freshman season?
Yeah, on the court, I'd say that was, pretty much a five guy. He's sort of, scared to handle the ball. I think my driving has definitely improved. Dribbling has definitely improved. Off the court, being more vocal with my teammates, trying to hold guys accountable, and just trying to be positive at the same time, still trying to work on that. But I think definitely have more of a vocal presence compared to my freshman year.
Well, I want to go back to what you said in the beginning. You guys are on a little bit of a roll right now. What's been clicking for you and your team lately?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that we've, realized that, it's February and we need to start playing good basketball here to, get ready for the playoffs. And, we really started to take a defensive mindset. So, try to keep teams out of the 80s, out of the 70s, keep them in the 50s and 60s and, play on the other end, play together. Everyone can score the ball. Just play together, move the ball, and, good things will happen.
Well, you guys are definitely clicking at the right time of year. So excited to see how the rest of the season plays out for you and the Cougars. But Elijah, before we let you run, just want to hear from you. What is it going to take, you think, for this team to get back to that championship game? Obviously, I think Chatham has kind of been that constant theme over the last few seasons of being at least a championship contender. So what do you think it's going to take for you guys to make another big run like that this year?
I think the defensive side of the ball, D. Rich has really stressed that over the past couple weeks and months. We can get done offensively. We've got a lot of guys that can score the ball, but defensively is where we're going to have to sit down and get stops because everyone in the pack can score. So it's going to be come down to who can get stops.
Well, definitely excited to see the rest of the season for you and the Cougars. And again, Elijah, thanks so much for stopping by today, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
That's Chatham's graduate student, Elijah Sutton. Don't go anywhere, as we'll have more action of today's game coming up next on the PAC Sports Network.